This video is on the chain rule. The chain rule helps to differentiate composite functions. So remember, a composite function is a function of our FOG. And this is the rule, and this rule is in the IB formula booklet. If we have y equals a function in terms of u, where u is a function in terms of g, then the derivative of dy over dx equals dy over du times du over dx. To start with, this looks a bit confusing, but as we go through the examples, it will hopefully make more sense. When doing these problems, I have my way of doing it. I pretty much always do these steps, no matter how simple the derivative is, as it just makes sure I don't make a mistake. But obviously, once you become more comfortable, you are able to skip some of the steps. So example A, y equals, in brackets, x cubed minus 3x all to the power of 6. The first thing we want to do is split this into two functions, a u equals and a y equals. The u equals is a function that's inside the other function. So in this case, the function that's inside something else is the x squared minus 3x. The second function we create is the y equals, and we have this in terms of u. So we now know that u equals x squared minus 3x. So we replace that in the original function with u, and then we have to the power of 6 left. Next step, find the derivative of each of these. This one would be du over dx, which would equal 2x minus 3, and then dy over du will equal 6u to the power of 5. You'll see here now we have du over dx and dy over du, which are the two parts of our equation that we started with. Then from here, the last step to find dy over dx is to multiply these two derivatives together, which will give us 2x minus 3 multiplied by 6u to the power of 5, and then we just need to sub u back in. I'm also just going to rearrange this to it so it looks nicer, which would be 6 multiplied by 2x minus 3, and then our u, which was x squared minus 3x all to the power of 5. Part B, y equals sine 4x. First step, find our u and y functions. U will be the inside part, so imagine with sine 4x, we can imagine the brackets there, which means the inside function is 4x. With the u, hint is it's always the part with the x in it, or the variable we're differentiating against. And then y would just equal sine, and we replace the 4x with u. Do the derivative of each of these. Derivative of u will just equal 4, and the derivative of y will equal cos u. Then our final derivative, we just multiply these together, which will give us 4 cos u, and then we can sub u back in, which will give us 4 cos 4x. Part C, y equals e to the power of 3x squared. The u in this case will be the power, because that's inside the exponential. U will be 3x squared, which means our y would equal e to the power of u. Do the derivative of each, the u dash would equal 6x, and our y dash would just be e to the u, and then multiply these together to get our answer. Our dy over dx would equal 6x times e to the u, sub the u back in, and we'll get 6x e to the 3x squared. Part D, this is the more difficult one. There are a couple more steps to it. If we start with our u and y, we'll see we'll have u equals the inside part, which is ln 2x, and the y will equal u to the power of 5. Now with the u equals ln 2x, that's another chain rule itself, so we need to break this one down a bit further. And we'll introduce a v equation just so we have a different variable. And the v is going to be the inside part of this one, which will be 2x. Then our u will just equal ln v. Replace the 2x with the v. Now we have three equations, a v, a u, and a y, that we need to do the derivative of. V dash, derivative of v will be 2. Derivative of u, ln v will be 1 on v, and the derivative of y would be 5u to the power of 4. Then once we've got this, we just need to multiply all these three together instead. So our dy over dx will equal 2 times 1 on v times 5u to the power of 4. So back in our u's and v, so 2 times 1 on v, v was 2x, this will be 1 on 2x, multiplied by 5, and then our u was ln 2x to the power of 4, and then we can just simplify this and we'll end up with 5 on x multiplied by ln 2x to the power of 4. And that is the chain rule.